So I said I'd come on here and share the story about when I was pregnant. Um, Everything seemed to be fine. It seemed to be a normal pregnancy. Um, I went for a checkup at 28 weeks. I was actually heading out of town to go to the baby shower that my family was going to be throwing me. Um, so I went to the doctor and he said, your blood pressure is really high and you need to go to the hospital. So I was calling my family, telling them, sorry, I can't make my baby shower because I'm going to the hospital. And then once I was there, they told me that the baby had to be born that week. I was terrified. I had no idea. I was young. I didn't know anything. I didn't even know what it meant to have a preemie. So to hear that I was going to be having my baby that week, I was pretty scared. So anyhow, they induced labor and I had the baby. I got to hold him for not long at all. They wrapped him up, they handed him to me and his dad, and then whisked him away. So they took him to the NICU. They told us at one point that he had some things going on with his heart and that, but it's normal with preemies and it would close on its own. But then after a while, it wasn't closing, and they said that with the heart defect that he has, that it's usually something, there's something more going on. So they did tests. At that point, I think, y'all, this was a long time ago, but I believe that's the point when they told me that he either has, I think it was Pompeii's disease, and the way they explained it was that his heart would just keep getting bigger and bigger until it just killed him. Or it was something called trisomy 13, and they did not give me a very good outlook on that. That was the first time I've ever heard that before, so I had no idea. I remember going up to the top of the hospital that we were at. We were at a children's hospital, and that they sent us to, and so I went all the way to the top level so I could go to the library to use their computers so I could research and try to figure out as much as I could about this. So obviously the results came back months later. It was horrible waiting, but and they said that he has mosaic trisomy 13. That means he has an extra 13th chromosome, but not all of them are affected. Like, not all of his cells are affected. That's where the mosaicism comes in. So instead of having full trisomy 13, he has mosaic trisomy 13. Nobody gave us any sort of hope. One intern, I wish I remembered his name. I don't remember his name, but he told me that there was a patient that would come into the clinic there at that hospital once in a while with trisomy 13. So I guess that right there, kind of gave me a little bit of hope. Then we had to deal with the fact that he needed heart surgery to survive, which is what we were told. And then they said, the geneticist there told us that if it was my child, I would just let him die because of the quality of life that he's going to have. That really struck a chord with me. And I mean, without even thinking, I just said to him, God gave me this baby, and if he's going to take him, then he'll take him, but I'm not going to play God. And, praise the Lord, here he is, 22 years old. He said, after I said that, he says, well, good luck finding a surgeon to do the surgery. So then the first surgeon that we talked to said if there's any chance whatsoever that a surgery will help him, then let's do it. So they did the surgery. That was the first of his heart surgeries. It was open heart, teeny tiny, 3 pound, 3 ounce, by the way. I never said that, but teeny tiny baby. Of course, he had to grow before they could do the surgery. He was still teeny tiny. I don't know how they do that. It's amazing. But they did the surgery the same day that he had the heart surgery. He was breathing on his own, which is something they had said he would never do. That in itself was amazing. Since then, he's had, obviously he has speech issues. He had another heart surgery. I think he was around 6 years old. That one, I can't even remember which ones were open heart and which ones were not. It's all like just a blur. But I think that one might have been, because then he had another one when he was around 14, something like that. And they did a procedure on him, a heart procedure, and put a valve in his heart. So now, at this point with his heart, we are just going once a year, doing checkups, making sure he's still good. They figure at some point he's going to need another heart surgery, but for right now, he's doing well. And then he had back surgery. He had what is called kyphosis. So scoliosis is like, the curvature of the spine this way, but kyphosis is where he was leaning forward this way. So they did a back surgery on that. It helped, but I guess it wasn't completely successful. So we made the choice to do another back surgery. This was in his lower back, and it didn't go very well. And they hit nerves, so when he woke up, he couldn't move from his waist down. But he had therapy, physical therapy every single day, and he can walk again. His left foot never quite woke up from that, and that is what he's going to be having surgery on here shortly. And gosh, less than a month. It happened really quickly. Once we finally got everything taken care of, we called to schedule, and it was like, all right, let's do this. So that's going to be happening soon. But yeah, so there's been so many ups and downs, but oh my gosh, it's just an amazing, wonderful life. Like I said before, everybody has hardships. Everybody has hard things that happen to them. Well, I think most people, but anyhow, so that's kind of our story. We'll just come on here and let you see him living life, something they said he would never do, or they said the quality of life that he would be living. But I'm sure he begs to differ, because we have a really amazing, wonderful life, and we're very blessed. So, all right, peace.